Please call the Waimaero, Fendalton-Waimairi-Harewood Community Board to the table. And if I can welcome Sam MacDonald, Chair of the Board. Thank you.
Excellent. Do you want me to get started, Andrew?
Yeah, well, I was just checking that we've got a quorum, but we now do. So,
cool.
Yeah, no, we're absolutely looking forward to your presentation of your report.
Thank you very much. It's great to get in and present our update. I've obviously got Marianne from our team here with us, which is fantastic. Look, I'm conscious that you've got obviously some quite pressing issues later today with a large audience. So, as is tradition with Fendalton-Waimairi-Harewood, we'll be nice and efficient and to the point. So we only want to take a couple of minutes of your time. Look, first up, if we go to the Part A that you'll get later on, it's the Rotocaddy Reserve. So as you'll be aware, we've sort of been keeping you up to date with that as we've progressed through. And I guess, you'll obviously consider that later on today. We've put a lot of thought and work into this, and I think the consultation process has been really effective. So we've had staff out on site engaging with the stakeholder groups. We've had a good level of flyer drops and things like that to ensure that actually we've covered everyone that we need to. And I guess one thing I would really like to re-emphasise to you when you do make the decision later today is that it's a facility that will be used for the entirety of Christchurch. It's not specific just to our wards. It's something that if people want to go and use, and there are a lot of stakeholders that live in your respective wards as well, so we do hope you can look at supporting that. There has been a couple of changes obviously with the toilet blocks, and that was a feedback from consultation, but the reality is that the budgeted amount for it hasn't changed. What we've done is just change the composition of that, and obviously if we were to do any further work, it would need to come through LTP or annual plan rounds later on, and we're not necessarily pushing for that now. So I guess, yeah, hopefully I can relay to you that we've been really mindful with how we spend this money that's already budgeted for, but at the same time we're obviously leaving in your hands later on if you do want to put more capital into that, but at the moment we're comfortable with where it's landed. The second one's just to update you very briefly on the Fendalton Library and the Service Centre. So the repairs are still underway, and that seems to be tracking really well. We're still on track for it to be opened back to the public at the 29th of July. Just a side note there is we're really keen, like Papanui have had recently, to see full postal services at the service desk. It's something that was raised at our community board the other day, and I must say it's actually been a really good example of stuff that's been turned around quite quickly. We wrote to Carleen and the CE's office on, I think it was Tuesday, and we've already had a response. So it might be to do with the fact that you're going, Carleen, but it was actually acted on really quickly. We do appreciate that. Thirdly, it's just worth noting, obviously, the Harewood Gardeners Breens Road intersection consultation has been out. There's been a record number of submissions for that, which is fantastic. I just wanted to point out the fact that we've had 2 information sessions, and there's been about 150 people all up attend that. There's also been a separately organised public meeting on that through Councillor Kewen. And I guess one of the things I just wanted to reiterate, and it'll be something you consider when it comes through, and I certainly hope that's before the election, is that as chair of the board, I've been really conscious to step right back out of all consultation. So I haven't been to public meetings, I haven't engaged in it at all. I'm really keen just to hear the submissions as they come through because of, I guess, the high profile nature of it. So if we go through to the next one. The local response fund, obviously, as a result of the attacks, we were able to put aside a wee bit of money to help with that. There was a barbecue picnic held at Monavale Reserve in Brindwa on the 13th of April, and that was a really good collaboration between a range of community groups, and it was well supported by the local Muslim community. And look, just finally, the Monavale Gatehouse, so the Artists and Residents program. So we had a briefing, I guess, from the team that are in there now some time ago, and they came through and gave us a really good snapshot of what they're doing and the work they're undertaking. And it's actually really, it's quite remarkable work that they're doing. And I think, from memory, Marianne, it was to get about 13 seconds of film, it took them about 2 days to do. So it's quite detailed, quite intricate work, and it's a really good example of when we can partner up with people to use a facility like that. So look, like I said, that was short and sweet. Hopefully it covers the points you need, and back to you.
Thanks very much. So that does leave some time for questions if there are any. No questions? Okay, so mover for this report. Aaron, seconded. Raf. All those in favour say aye. Against? That's carried. Sam, thank you very much indeed.